I'm Amy, this is Kate. Welcome to our workshop.
Today we're going to be teaching you how to add personality to your kitchen shelves.
Wow.
Kitchen shelves are like a living mood board. My kitchen shelf constantly rotates with objects that I find at flea markets or...
It's true, every time I go to your house, it's different.
So today we're going to show you how to take your kitchen shelves from everyday to more elevated by using florals, dried herbs, art, and bits of accessories that really make those shelves pop.
And we're gonna show you how to style your kitchen shelves so they're very functional but really beautiful.
We can't wait to show you guys how to just embrace the shelf.
Be creative.
Be creative.
Oh, you ready?
Oh.
You ready to do these shelves?
Let's do it.
So what you're gonna need are your dishes, which are plates, bowls, cups, glasses, and the entertaining items that you love, the serving bowls, the vases, kind of pretty much everything but your kitchen sink. Choosing a color palette is a really great way to start. Gather the pieces that you really love, and what's the main color that's represented? We have blue today, but it could be anything. And also think about size, because kitchen shelves are not, super tall. So think about scale, color, and texture, and that really will help tell your story.
All right, so let's get styling on this shelf. We're so excited. We started with some real basics on the shelf because, and by basics, we don't mean basic, we mean things that we actually really love.
Everyday items.
Right, so we have these beautiful ceramic bowls, ceramic plates, some vintage items already.
Okay, now let's have some fun.
Let's do it.
Where do you want to start?
We always love to start from the top shelf.
This is so true.
And the reason why is because obviously you have to climb up and it's a lot of more effort and you got to get up there and you got to sort of style it. So that's the one we really want to kind of hone in and perfect first.
Okay, so first we're going to start with our art because it's our biggest item. To the right a little bit. There you go. Love him there. Okay, why we chose this, it's kind of a neutral. You doesn't pull your eye up. It kind of just keeps your eye where you want, right here.
And we also love that he's framed in black because we are gonna add a little bit darker bits here and there, and you wanna play off of that frame a little bit.
It is a little bit of a modern moment.
It also grounds it.
Yeah, we're gonna go eclectic.
Yes.
So our next item we thought would be cool, might not work, and don't be afraid to play, everyone, because you can make mistakes and you can just change it up. So we're gonna try something that might not work.
We're gonna go for a mirror, and the reason we love mirrors is because it really reflects light. We know realistically you're not gonna get up there and look at yourself.
And nor do you want to in the kitchen.
Right, but it's just sort of about reflecting light up there.
Wow. What I'm loving about this, Kate, is we have the modern black frame with the beautiful sketch, and then we have this ornate vintage mirror frame.
Right. The push and pull of modern and vintage is always a good idea. It always looks the best.
Next up.
So let's kind of start, Aim, since we're in that corner, let's go across this and decide what we want to do next.
Let's see, what do we have here? You know what? We have that big boy. Some weight would be pretty.
Maybe that little guy here,
some weight would be really pretty. Some height. Now, what we're doing here is we're just storytelling. So we're just picking the items that are taller and that are not everyday. These are entertaining items. So we're putting those on top.
These are things you would just pull down and create charcuterie boards and...
Beautiful fruit. Talking about fruit.
Right.
What I'm loving about this is the tone on tone. It's not gonna pull your eye. It's one unit together.
Right, it's not contrasty.
Should we put it up here maybe?
Yeah, let's do that, because this cake plate is here. And then I feel like we need some littler bowls here. What would you like?
Wanna try those?
Yeah, let's see that. And these are nice because the tone really kind of is in this bowl as well.
So pretty.
And I think those would be nice. Maybe you would use these to kind of put things in when you serve, dinner.
And they're a little bit more fragile with that thin edge, so you really don't want to use those every day.
These are a little bit more special, right?
We need to put some blue on the top, and this is something you wouldn't use every day.
I love it. This, by the way, is one of my favorite things of Amy's. It's going in my handbag later. I was very jealous when she found this.
I have to check her handbag.
Very jealous when she found this. All right.
And she has to check my handbag when I leave her house.
Love it.
So all of these items are entertaining items, not needed every day, but they're within arm's reach.
Right.
So what I'm loving are all the elements, but I feel like we're missing a little bit of glass, that little bit of twinkle, little sparkle. So we love all the solids, but then what about this? This is, an entertaining bit. Right. You don't need every day. So we have our cream color that's traveling across the shelf. boom, 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 and boom. And then we have the gold bits. You know, we have it in the frame.
So good.
The candlestick and our cake plate. So beautiful. And that little glint of silver is gorgeous, just in the center.
Contrast.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
And all the height variations. So it's not, you know, you don't get this, you get this beautiful movement. So your eye keeps traveling. That is a key that we want people to do. Come in here and you just keep traveling around the shelves. You don't get stuck on one point. So the height variation is really important. And lastly, our hint of blue, that's our wink of what we're gonna pull down here for our everyday dish, all the blue.
I feel like our top shelf is done, so we're gonna move to this bottom shelf for our more everyday objects. All right, so let's start with our glassware. So beautiful, right?
These little vintage ones of the little taller.
I love these little
glass.
French wine glasses. They're so good.
And then these are beautiful. I love these because they stack. You know, so you have varying heights on the shelf again, but you can stack these, and they hold a little bit more weight. They're darker. So when you put them up on the shelf and you can stack, and then you have this beautiful varying tones. Yes, there you go. No rules here. When it feels right, then you've done it right. I'm feeling this bottom shelf.
It's a lot of white. There's not much color.
We need a little to break it up.
We still have a lot of colored items.
Tonality, which one do you think works?
I mean, I'm always partial to this. I love a little bit of the black center of the anemones. They're so beautiful.
What do you think? Okay, so we have
balance it.
Balance it. Maybe it needs to go somewhere in here. You know what I'm feeling though?
So,
let's take these down.
Okay. Too heavy?
Yep, they're too heavy.
Do this. Maybe do some more. So we love these vintage transferware plates.
Yes.
They've been around forever and we collect them and there's just so many different patterns. We're a little obsessed, honestly. There's a beautiful blue one.
A little bit of blue that we're pulling in.
It's a little bigger, so you'll see that. I think that art really works there, Amy. Everything on both of these two shelves, it's the most contrast piece on there.
Yeah.
So it really feels so special. I mean, all of that is very tonal. This is very tonal. That is the one thing, green and orange, and like, there's nothing else on the shelf like it, but for some reason, it just
holds
works.
its space
It
really
does.
beautifully.
Yeah.
When we say that, it means your eye goes to that and then it goes out.
Yeah.
So when you're decorating, designing, styling a shelf, you put something that has concentrated color and information, and then on either side of it, let it breathe.
Yeah.
For example, if you were to move this art and bookend the shelves, it feels too expected.
Right.
And your eye, it's like a linear thing that goes down.
Right,
And then you travel out of the frame. And if you stack the art, your eye stays there and you have nothing here to hold.
It's like bung, bung, bung,
Yeah,
bung.
and you keep going around
You want
there.
you want that stretch. You want that thing that it sort of balances. Think of it as like two scales, said the Libra. Two scales, right? You want it to be very balanced. So,
And my two fish, Pisces, will swim within that. All right, I think we need to add some more blue. We want to carry that tonality down, and we have, these are so,
they're the best.
I mean,
I think it should go here. I think that's beautiful.
have an idea. Favorite blooming oregano.
Love it. Use it every day to cook with.
Any herb that you can dry and you like cooking with, and it's beautiful.
Bay leaf is really beautiful, dried up there.
Yes, beautiful.
You know, thyme, sage, they're all gorgeous.
They're all gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, what if we kind of set this over here and then played with the painting a little bit?
So pretty.
That just gives it that little organic moment, and it smells good.
So pretty.
You're working at the sink, and all you smell is that oregano.
Love it. Ooh, I'm gonna do this little basket. I keep looking
yeah.
at the texture of it, and I feel like I just love the idea of putting that there.
You know, I love that texture against the lamp. Kate and I always have a lamp in our kitchen because my grandmother kept a lamp on, and she said it was important to keep a lamp on, meant everybody was welcome at any time in her home, and I just carried on that tradition. All right, this is looking so beautiful, Kate. I feel like we need some more blue to carry through our blue story. I'm gonna rearrange this a little bit because I have an idea. Bringing in some vintage teacups. Blue.
Yeah.
This one of yours is just
A little
gorgeous.
modern blue, a little
Yes.
vintage blue.
Just
Love
love.
that.
And then maybe adding a little bit of pink.
Those are my favorites.
I mean, they are so gorgeous. I'm gonna do that because what I always love, near my stove on my end of my shelf, I love putting matches. So I always end end with that.
And again, I love that it's a tiny little bit of black.
And a tiny little bit of...
It's the details.
Look,
it's the little mini details.
To that.
Yep.
So, you know, we've been doing this for so long, we just do it from our gut, but we're telling you, we're putting that there because it's carrying that, you know, story through to the end.
So what do we have left?
Let's look at this.
I'm
loving
it, right?
So, because we feel like we're close with this, Kate and I always feel like the countertop is your third shelf.
Right.
Don't forget it.
It plays. It plays with everything else.
This is really important to think about. So don't have a lot of junk down here. You know, have your pretty things and put your junk in your drawers. So I feel like our story continues down here.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at the shelf, you have the blue, blue, blue.
So this, Amy found at a flea market. We put this beautiful fruit on it. It's like one of my favorite.
The fruit looks fake.
The fruit looks like marbled fruit, which is amazing.
We can eat it.
Yes. And we thought that it would be really fun to talk about the drain board. Everybody's got a drain board. And if you have one that's really flat, this one's made out of marble. And we love it because it kind of incorporates itself into part of the counter, but you can also accessorize it.
And it's very functional. It can get wet and it drains into your sink, but it's so big that we can accessorize it.
Right. We always love to do, we just love to pretend sometimes. You know?
I know, but that's functional. So if you've just washed those, they're beautiful. They're just on the drain board and they look beautiful.
It's so good. So good.
And then we always bring in something fresh. You know,
a bit of floral.
If you have anything in your garden or from the grocery store or from a neighbor's across the fence, whatever.
You want to steal roses from somebody?
So this vintage pot that kind of pulls in
all the blues. Yep.
Beautiful patina.
And the brass.
And the brass. Just layered in. Because when you are at your sink and you're doing dishes, why not have all that beauty? Why is it sitting in your living room that you cannot see? This is where you are. This is where I am. Feeding my family in this room.
We have napkins. We always love to add something a little bit soft. So we're gonna throw them on that cake plate.
I love how it's speaking with the pink, that little wink of pink.
Pink and pink.
Wink of pink.
A wink of pink. So then the last thing we always love to do is burn a candle in the kitchen, and it creates a beautiful scent. So I'm feeling good about it.
I want to hang out in this kitchen.
I do too.
It just makes me feel happy.
I want to stay here. Amy can't kick me out.
Kate. That was fun.
That was so much fun.
I mean, come on, we just styled out some really eclectic, story-filled kitchen shelves. I mean, if that doesn't make you happy, I don't know what will.
It does make me happy, actually. So today we showed you guys how to consider a color palette for your kitchen shelves, how to choose all of your items, whether they be brand new, eclectic, found, stolen from your parents' house, something, and then how to layer and style all of that out to make a beautiful kitchen shelf.
So I think you all have everything you need to create your kitchen shelf mood board.